Hello and a very warm welcome to all of you in Emotionally Yours with Pratik. Here is another episode with much well-known motivational speaker and a published speaker, Dr. Ajay Shesh with me. A very warm welcome to Dr. Ajay.
Welcome, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Pratik. And to begin, let me congratulate you for your vision for Mission 1 Million and for the wonderful group, wonderful job that your quantum group is doing.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. So, those of you who are still not aware about Mission 1 Million, we in Quantum Foundation have a mission called Mission 1 Million. We're looking at 1 million emotionally literate Indians by 2035. And this podcast is a part of this particular mission. And what we are going to do is we're going to cover a lot of questions in terms of how the emotional journey has been and how good, famous people like you have overcome the emotional difficulties in their lives. So, Dr. Ajay Shesh, let me begin your introduction for our audience. What I have gone through your introduction is you have been practicing in the remote areas of Korba in terms of bringing the entrepreneurship in youth, but this is not what you started with. You've been a pathologist, turned motivational speaker, turned a Guinness Book Record holder who has broken his own Guinness Book Record, and most importantly, something that, as we were speaking earlier, driving you towards motivating people. So in which blood report did you find that the motivation was lacking, sir? Being a pathologist, I'm sure you've studied so many slides and you suddenly found, "Arey, ye blood report mein kam dikh raha hai motivation."
Okay, that's a very funny way to put it. I lived in a small town of Korba for almost 50 years because my father used to live here, live there. So, हुआ ये कि after I completed my medical education, and even before when I was in school, my mother, actually the credit goes to my mother. She used to always, encourage me for two things: reading books, and number two, going on the stage. And today, whatever I am, is because of those two things: the knowledge gained through books, and to be able to express the knowledge on the stage. So that thing was already there with me right since school days. After my medical education, when I came back, I used to get called to different colleges and schools to address the students, to answer their queries and other things. So my medical practice was going on, but at that time I realized that how when I sit in my clinic, I am able to deal with people who are in the minor stages of their life. When I deal with patients, people who are sick, I bring them to zero. But when I'm talking to students, when I'm talking to people, and when there is an audience in front of me, at an en bloc, at a mass level, I can, elevate the lives of the people. That's something which struck me. I also saw that people used to love what I'm talking to them and that my content was really good. Gradually, I realized that this was the calling of my life. But I continued my profession as a pathologist, and then there was a moment in life when I realized that yes, the work of the pathology can be completely automated. That is what I did. But my own, my own swatva, जिसको हम कहते हैं, which cannot be, automated or delegated, is something that I should use. And then gradually I became a motivational speaker earlier, and then an inspirational speaker, and now I am a youth empowerment activist and a SME training entrepreneur as a business coach. So gradually these things happened. This didn't happen suddenly. This happened over a period of time. Especially after I realized that this was the calling of my life. This was why universe had sent me to earth. And so this is what now I am doing. Gradually I decided that if I live in a bigger place like Mumbai or Navi Mumbai, I can do more for smaller cities like Korba. And that is why I shifted. So this is in short the story and the reason why I shifted my focus from pathology to these areas.
Even in pathology, when people graduate in the initial days, they're always lured by bigger places, make careers in big places, go to cities, hunt for employment, or start their businesses there because they see there's a huge exposure. Instead, you decided just the other way around. You went to Korba, which is one of the most, if I have to put it, and please pardon me for saying it, something which has not been so developed, something which has been where the basic infrastructure still is not in the right frame. And why did you choose, rather than good plush career as a pathologist, move to the cities and make fortune for yourself? Rather, what motivated you to go to Korba, which is supposed to be one of the most downtrodden areas in India?
Okay, let me make two small corrections here. I didn't choose to go to Korba. My father used to live here, and he's also was a doctor, a general practitioner. So I just normally followed my father's footsteps and started my practice there. Secondly, Korba is lesser known, but because it's an industrial town, so it is well known in the industrial belts of India and the industrial circles of India. There are good schools and there is some good audience over there, but then again, a small town has its own limitation. So what happened with me was that I started my medical career over there, and then because I had to travel a lot, and traveling from a small place even to the capital of Chhattisgarh used to be challenging. So gradually, I decided to move out of that place. I still visit Korba because the pathology labs are there. So I decided to move out because I had outgrown that place. I wanted to get a bigger canvas of my work, wherein Korba will be a part of that canvas. See, if you do something big in a place like Korba, the news doesn't even go to the capital of that city.
Correct.
But if you do something in Mumbai, it reaches everywhere in the world. Korba being a part of it. I realized that if I live in Mumbai, I can do more for Korba than living in Korba and this thing. So this is how it happened.